Hello everyone, my name is Daniel and I run Nordic Anglers, a web-based fly fishing shop in Denmark. In this video we're gonna tie a deadly pattern. This is the pink booby. And the way of fishing booby flies is something that is quite unique and is quite different. But it's something that I urge you to try out because the technique of using these booby flies is, as I said, kind of unique, and it has some properties that can really trigger the fish. So it's one of the most efficient ways of fishing, let's say, stocked rainbow trouts or trouts in general in lakes. But it's also, I foresee that this is going to be something we'll see a lot more of for fish when you're fishing for sea trout. So now we're going to tie a pink version of the booby fly. This is intended for all things trout. And I'm going to try this in the winter time for sea trout as well. So here goes, the pink booby. Here goes the pink booby fly with rubber legs. Oh, did it get out of focus, Stefan?
That was okay.
That's okay. The first thing, of course, is a hook, and for this I use the light stinger in size 8. It's a nice hook for this because it has a fairly long, it has a fairly wide gape, so it really hooks the fish well, and also the hook point is moved a bit away from the actual eyes, which are of course quite bulky, and will take up some of the hook gape on shorter shanked hooks. So that's why we choose this hook. For this size, I'm gonna use the 6mm booby eyes. They're available in 4 and 8mm as well, which is the diameter of the eyes. But for this fly here, the 6 is the right way to go. What's important when you attach these is that you make the eyes a bit different in size. So when you turn your figure 8 here on the eyes to fasten them, you need to ensure that the eyes are not completely the same size, completely the same length. Now here it's quite extreme, a bit too extreme. I'm going to cut away a bit of this. There we go. But if you make them uneven in size, that will make the fly move a lot more erratic in the water. As you saw, I did not apply too much tying thread just now, but that is because I want to apply a bit of glue to my actual tying thread before I really fasten these. If you're using a fairly thin tying thread, then what you can experience is if you pull too hard right away, you can accidentally cut the booby eyes off your actual with the tying thread. It can simply tear the. It's fairly strong, but it's not strong enough that if you have let's say a GSP thread, you will be able to cut your way through the eyes. So now I've applied the super glue in between the eyes here. I can use a bit more tying thread, and now everything is in place. Then whilst the super glue does its magic and hardens up, we're gonna tie the rest of the fly, and this will ensure that your eye stays in place, and that the fly, of course, is as strong as durable and will last to as many fish as possible. Because basically that's the main issue here is you want a fly that lasts for many fish, because this fly will catch fish. I saw this in Sweden, where I first tried fishing this with the sinking lines and stuff, where Håkon, how do you say that?
I have no idea.
I can't I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name. I'm sorry about that, Håkon. But if you're watching this, but he really showed me how to use this technique, and it is really superior to a lot of things, especially in winter and in a lot of different situations. This booby technique really just is an awesome way of fishing. It's fun, and the flies are just so great. That's why we're doing this. So they're easy to tie, they're fast to tie, they're cheap to tie, making them absolutely ideal for for all those reasons. Now we have tied down the marabou here, and the marabou is the choice of tail because it's really erratic in the water. So when you strip this fly, you'll see that the marabou really the properties of the marabou, that is a lot of has a lot of inherent life in them, really will just move. Of course, this is really ideal, and that's why we use it on this. I just had to tie down some of the marabou up in front.
Stopp. Vad luktar det honom?
Godt, vi er klar igen. Well, the next thing is, in order to give this even more movement in the water, I'm gonna add a pair of rubber legs in pink. And basically I'm gonna tie one on each side of the fly here. That was one, and then on your side as well. Just to give it a bit more, even more wiggle and jiggle. And there's just so many jokes to be made. There's just so many jokes to be made. I'm not gonna go there, but you can imagine. So we want the booby fly to jiggle a bit more. Don't mention the wall. And then I'm gonna move the legs here all the way up to the front of the fly with my tying thread. I'm gonna cut them away because we're gonna get them into position with the cactus chenille. Sorry about that. The cactus chenille is a great material because it's easy to use as the body.
My cocky child.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. 40 years young, you know. And you can pull out some of the materials that are woven in between the center of the cactus chenille, and you can basically just that will give you an easier way of tying down and fasten the cactus chenille here. So with that out of the way being done, then I'm gonna move my tying thread all the way up to the eyes, and then basically we turn the cactus chenille. But it's important not to turn the cactus chenille. There has to be some distance between each wrap, because otherwise you will get a really too bulky fly here, which is not what you ideally want. And when you're close to the eyes, basically what you do is you take the rubber legs and you fold them backwards, and then they will be forced backwards by the actual cactus chenille. So now we have the cactus chenille all the way towards the boobies. And then I'm gonna fasten it with the tying thread. Cut away this. Making sure my cactus chenille is securely fastened. Then I'm gonna move the tying thread all the way up to the eye here. Then I'm gonna make a whip finish. Cut away the tying thread, and you can apply some varnish if you like. And then I'm gonna trim the rubber legs so they're not as long. And basically, there you have it, the pink booby fly. So here it is, the pink booby. The first thing I really want to do is to thank just you out there, and exactly you. Thank you so much for watching these videos. It means a lot to us. If you haven't done so, then please subscribe to the channel. And as always, you can find the full and complete material kit to this fly and all the other flies here at our YouTube channel at Nordic Anglers. So it would mean a lot to us, all of us, if you would swing by Nordic Anglers to check out our selection and see if there was anything that was of interest to you. That would mean a lot to us. The Booby patterns here is of course known and well known in a lot of the world, but there is a lot of people out there who don't know these yet. And if you're one of those, then I urge you to try this out, because you will be surprised. This is a deadly way of fishing, and I am sure that if you haven't gotten this kind of fishing in your arsenal of the techniques you use, I urge you to try it out, because it is a really effective way of fishing. So thank you so much for watching, and remember to swing by Nordic Anglers.